Hey guys, Red X Rain here with another episode, what's sure to be the final episode of Let's Play Gex into the Gecko for the original PlayStation. So we're up here up top in the secret level hub area, and we just last time unlocked this secret Rezopolis level, which as you can see actually has 2 red remotes. It's the only secret, I mean there's only 3 secret levels. But I think I erroneously said when I unlocked the first one that they all only have 1 red remote. But clearly that's not the case. Horror. I can say that again. This place is crazy. Pretty dark, especially with this fusion of so much of what sort of Rez's, what do you call it? I don't know, his aesthetic. To be super industrial, but also to have this organic brain matter on the ground. It's kind of unsettling and kind of gross in a cool way. And these spiky things, which are really freaking annoying, especially when fans blow you into them. But also, as you might be able to tell, I have no control over this camera. I can always go into first-person view, which is something I want to do here because you can see there's a gap. You don't die if you fall down there, but it takes you to an area you don't want to, well, I don't want to go to, because I want to go the right way. So do a swift ninja kick there, and, let's see, I don't think I want to go down there just yet. Do I? Well, hold on a second. No, this is the right way. Yeah, hence the name of this level, Mazed and Confused. Yeah, this is a whole crazy top-down maze thing, so it's a really disorienting level, and it's pretty easy to get lost. Again, especially when you don't know about these pits here. Well, you can see the pits, but you have to, know to get into first-person view, or just, I guess, know that these jumps are there to make this, to do this kind of stuff. But still, this is actually, we're on our way to the Lost Gex tape here. So we're actually now on top of the maze that we were just in. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know if this is just a matter of the PlayStation 1's limitations, that the draw distance is so insanely low here, or if it's a stylistic choice that they just really wanted to make this last secret level super disorienting like the rest of the level. It makes sense, but again, you can hardly see where you're, you can hardly tell where you can go, let alone know where you're supposed to go. And so quite honestly, I roughly know where I'm going, but there's a good chance that I'm just I'm kind of winging it at the same time, just a little bit. I guess one good thing is that they do have these collectibles up top, so you can kind of do, it's kind of like a reverse Hansel and Gretel kind of thing, you know what I mean? Where if you find yourself in an area where there's absolutely no collectibles, then at least you know you've already been there, I guess. That's about as forgiving as they are. God, these jumps. Alright, yeah, okay, so here's how you know you've made it, was when you see these, I guess they're supposed to be these bloody spikes, which are pretty dark and that sort of thing. Technically, obviously, you could just drop off at any point in the maze, but this is kind of where we left off last time. This is that first, remember, this is where I was I don't know if I wanted to go on the sticky wall or if I wanted to drop down. I had to think about it for a minute. But now we're actually on the track for the remote that we're hoping for. I was about to say this. I had just started to say something about this last time when we were in the other Rezopolis level. Oh, also, this is kind of weird. I thought I would just point this out. So, this looks like an elevator or something that you should take down, right? But actually, you need to, drop down into this pit, which, I don't know, that seems like a really weird, design choice to me. Again, maybe it's a matter of they were trying to make it disorienting and confusing, but to me it kind of comes across as like that was supposed to, you know, be like a elevator kind of thing, but they didn't do it. I don't know. But yeah, so much of these Rezopolis levels, I mean, there's only 2 Rezopolis levels, really, is that it's so late in the game to be getting like this kind of aesthetic for Rez. I really wish that there was more of that, you know, like this level and the previous Rezopolis level that we did last time, what's it called? No Weddings and a Funeral. It's really effective at like creating this really different atmosphere, and without Rez actually like being present, you still get a sense for like how kind of, I guess how kind of, like dark he is. Like it's like, I don't know. It's an interesting sort of like very simple character development, I guess, to have these kinds of stages. Dang it! This is really not a hard jump to make. Oh God! I almost fell off the side. Gotta focus. There we go. Just make sure the camera doesn't mess me up here. There we go. But yeah, I do think, as cool as these Rezopolis levels are, they do strike me as like really different from the rest of the game, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But it's a pretty drastic. Oh, come on. It's a pretty drastic change to me that kind of makes the game feel maybe a little bit. I don't even want to say that it's unbalanced, but I don't know. It just sort of feels like that like sort of characterization through level design just gets limited to like these couple of levels.
Lock and load, little lizard.
And so that's our final Lost Gex tape mini FMV sequence thing. And but let's go ahead and hop right back in here and do the other, get the other red remote, which, if I'm thinking correctly, this is the final red remote in the game, or at least in the order that I'm playing it.
500 channels and still nothing on.
So yeah, it starts us off in the same place, obviously, I guess. Oh, come on. And we got to do this maze thing again. I mean, if you're watching this as a walkthrough kind of thing, I guess it doesn't really matter, but from that original, like, choose left or choose right, you should never go right. There's nothing over there. It's actually where, it's basically like if you fall in one of those pits, or I shouldn't even call them pits, because they're really just more like gaps. That's pretty much just the path that takes you and wraps you back around. But otherwise, it's a dead end if you, come on, it's a dead end if you try to go any other way. Am I going now? Speaking of going the right way, am I going the right way? Yeah, this looks right. I feel like this part of the maze isn't too bad. No, I don't think there's any. Look at that draw distance, man. That is. Yeah, okay, that's pretty fast. So these platforms are crazy. So whatever direction, I mean, it's always forward, but they kind of like pull Gex forward, and you like half lose control of the controls. Woo, which isn't too bad in those first few instances, but there's gaps here, as you can see, and of course down there is instant fall death. So let's try and not do that. I don't think this one has anything to jump. Nope. This jump, man, I always mess this. I'm really bad at spinning platforms. Okay, I made it. There we go. And this one, we're gonna have to jump over to the right. There we go. Oh, ho, ho. Wow, almost did not make that. Whew. These just pull you down. So once you've made it to this point, unless you really mess up and like just totally walk off the edge, it's not really too bad. I'm just trying to make sure that the camera doesn't mess me up. Alright, and so this is our last little challenge. It's really not much. Nice, 3 in 1 shot. Just time it, just make sure you don't get hit by the fire. And then something, like, really weird and creepy happens. Yeah. Yep. So that thing can hurt you. It flies away, but I think if you stick around for too long, it comes back and will hurt Gex, But anyway, man, does that feel good. So that's it. That's the final red remote. And I don't know that it does anything extra for us when we have all the red remotes. Does it? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and save, actually, really quick, just in case. I mean, I have plenty of lives. I don't really see myself dying or anything at this point. Nope. We just have to know that that's the final red remote. And we can check our... I think I've done this before, but this has always kind of bugged me. Not this part, but you can, once you've entered a level, it just, shows you all the remotes that you've got, and I'm just double checking to make sure I got everything. But it's always kind of bugged me that there are 39 red remotes. That just... I'm like that about numbers. I'm a little... I feel like this is such a overused term now, and I know that it's like a real disorder, so I don't like to kind of make light of it, but, I'm a little obsessive compulsive when it comes to like numbers and like even numbers especially in like video games. That's why I'm such a hardcore completionist and that sort of stuff. But 39 red remotes, really? You couldn't just put one more in there somewhere? Alright, defeat Rez in the final battle. Yes. This is what it has all come down to. Hey, wait, where is it? Oh man, that was really weird. Okay, I don't know if that's going to show up in post or not, but, That was really weird. I had, like, a black screen for a little bit. So yeah, Rez sort of taunts you as, this elevator goes up. And he says different stuff each time, which is kind of, I mean, obviously from a limited bank of phrases, but, it's always a little different. Alright, Rez battle. So, it's pretty simple, really. First phase, he just, like, runs at you. Just don't let him hit you. And then there's this, where we sort of see things from Rez's point of view. And basically, as long as you just keep moving in one direction, or one circular direction, then you should be just fine. So don't zigzag, don't stand in one place, that sort of thing. And so in this first phase, it's pretty simple. He charges at you and he runs into a wall. And if you want, you can do it like this. It gets kind of like dizzy and then you can use the tail swipe. Or like that second time where he got hit. Sometimes if he's just on the opposite end of the room, he might just charge right into that center electricity pillar thing. And that works fine too. But yeah, that's the easy part of the battle. And this part of the battle, a little bit trickier. He does these like arm swipes, which are really easy. But basically the way that this fight works is that after he does that, his arm swipes, it doesn't look like I'm doing anything because I really wasn't. After he does his arm swipe, little pillars will randomly show up here. Now we're really close to this one. So basically all you have to do is get over to the pillar and stand by it, and he just kind of hits with his hand there, and then the TV falls from the top of the screen. Standard sort of gaming trope. You do that 3 times, and then this battle will be over. A lot of this is luck. Man, I only got one more hit to go. Jeez. Well, for him and for me. So yeah, the luck comes into play with, which of these platforms goes up for him to hit, but also with each successful hit that you get on him, every time a TV drops on him. Ooh, maybe I can get it. Come on. Oh, that was so close. Well, that was what I was gonna say. Is that so that the first time he smacks the ground 3 times, right? So you have like 3 chances to like get over to the pillar, and then have him smash it. The second time he only does it twice. This third time, he only smashes once, and I just died. So yeah, that third time, that last time, it's hard because if you're not like. Basically, if you're not already standing right by the pillar that's up for him to hit, by the time you get over there, he does the arm swipe thing anyway, and it's too late. So, you know, there's some skill. I mean, I guess this is games in general. But it's a really really rough mixture of skill, but also, quite honestly, luck. Let's see if we can get him just charged right into that. No, that's okay. Come on, man. Thought I was going to miss that opportunity. Right. Okay. Yeah, quite honestly, when it comes to like that third time, I think I'll fly right into it that time. Sweet. Less work for me. In that second phase of the battle, when he starts, I am getting way too close to these missiles. What was I gonna say? Man. So on that third time, when he only does like 1 hit, I usually like to have, for Gex to have, obviously full health is always good, but I always like for him to have at least 2 paws of health, because usually I just kind of sort of sacrifice the health at that point, because again, that's the last pillar that you have to make, sort of trick Rez into hitting. So so as long as you have two bars of health or whatever, pause. There we go. That's how it's done. I didn't take a single hit. I still got my green fly, so really I have 5. I can take 5 more hits, which is great. Okay, this one's close enough, I think. Oop. Did he hit it? Sweet! Man, I did get hit, though. That's okay, I got 4 bars of health. So now it's just a matter of, hopefully I get lucky, and the pillar will just pop up near me. And if so, then we'll just sacrifice the health, because it doesn't really matter. Really don't think I'm going to make it over there in time. Nope. Close. Oh, patience. Patience is a virtue. It's a cliche, right? You know, I actually haven't noticed until now, but... Ooh, shoot. That is not a hit that I wanted to take. Nor was that. Alright. I wonder if... because I know there's a principle in physics that the closer a spinning object is to the center of something, it spins faster. So I don't know actually if standing closer to the center where Rez is, if Gex moves around the room faster towards the center. I guess that would be a slight advantage. But honestly, I'd rather just play it safe and not risk falling into the pit. Ooh, we can probably just get this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Down to our last bar of health. That seems how I always like to do things. It seems like many of my LPs, I tend to do that, especially at the end. Oh, and he turned into an energy ball. I'm not buying that he died right there. What about you guys?
Gex, it is me, your father.
Yeah, right. How can you be my father?
It's true. I didn't always look like this. I fell into a scrap heap while trying to get free cable.
And your point is?
No! No! Don't do it! I'll do anything. I know Tarantino's Gardner's fiancé. I could probably get you a meeting.
Okay then, Dad. How's about we forget all this and go play catch in the yard?
tell him, Gex. Cameo.
Pardon my tongue, darling.
Come over here, you big stud.
Oh, yeah.
The clock says party time.
So I'm going to quiet down here for a minute because there's really cool music, but this is for having gotten all the red remotes and the hidden Gex tapes, we get all this awesome, like, concept art. Some level design stuff. A lot of really cool stuff here. So they do reward you for, of course, 100% completion is its own reward, but it's always nice when you get a little something extra.
Party blow.
Tail time!
Love this music, man.
It's tail time! It's tail time!
There's some cool, some of the stuff we see in the game, but other examples, there's really cool concept art, like for that, I meant to say something at the time, but there was like a couple of pictures back. It moves pretty fast. There's like that guy, he was like a crab on the bottom, but he had like the big exposed like brain. That would have been a great boss. That was one thing that I mentioned about this game is that, or that I realized is that it doesn't really have many boss fights. And the reason I said cameo earlier, it's kind of a forgotten game. I feel like what's her name from Pandemonium? She was laying in the bed. Apparently, it's Gex's maybe not girlfriend. Maybe it's just a booty call or a tail call.
Okay, here it goes. Hot off the presses from the home office in Kapalawani, Maui. The top 10 reasons why it's cool to be me, Gex. Number 10. Can look down blouses when hanging from ceiling. Number 9. Inheritance from Uncle Izod means no longer having to kiss video game executives' butt. Number 8. Ladies love a gecko's smooth skin and smooth moves. Number 7. Able to kick Kermit the Frog's butt. Number 6. Perfect star for Hollywood. Already has forked tongue. Number 5. Dad is a megalomaniac TV killer who happens to dress like the Tin Man. Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. That goes with the son of Ross Perot top 10 list. Number 4. Being a video game star allows you to eat all you want and never gain weight. Number 3. Gecko tastes like chicken. Number 2. Important gecko appendages do grow back. And the number 1 reason why it's cool to be me, Gex, can be a complete punk and still sucker video game execs to keep doling out the green.
Well, at least for one more game, anyway. I wanted to be quiet for, like, that little top 10 list. Pretty funny. Yeah, so, like, the whole idea about, like, Gex, or Rez being Gex's dad, is that true? I don't know, maybe I'll have to do Gex 3 and see how that goes. But really quick, I want to do a quick channel shout-out here. Usually I try and do smaller channels, but there's these guys, they're sort of mid-range. You may already know them. They go by the channel name of Run Button. It's 2 guys, cousins, I think. They've got a lot of really great videos. They have a pretty solid following already. But they do really cool things like marathons, and right now they're like in the middle of this Let's Play 30 Years of Mario, where they're playing like every single Mario game. Some of them to completion, others just kind of like the arcade games, just like playing it for a half hour and that sort of thing. But it's really super interesting. If you guys haven't heard of them, haven't checked them out, I highly recommend them. So as always, thanks so much for watching. And please like, please subscribe, please comment. I always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time in a brand new LP. Till then, bye.